What's up, everybody? Welcome back to the Morning Movie Chat. I hope you're all having a very good day. I am your host, Trinity. Thank you all so much for being here today. Man, here we are on Tuesday. Tuesday near the end of. Yeah, you thought I was gonna say it, huh? No, man. Things are going good, man. I hope you're all having a very good day. Yeah, I don't really know what else to say on this Tuesday morning. I guess it's a Tuesday, right? The day after we all just had a case of the Mondays. Didn't the whole world have a case of the Mondays yesterday? It really did, didn't it? Like coming out of the weekend and everything last week to this week, man, just so different. It's just so different. And anyway, hope you're all having a very good day today. Now, first off, I want to start with the thing right there off the top. Black Widow delayed. This is something, a couple of days ago, actually. If you guys were here Friday on the Trailer Park Live, we actually had this rumor pretty much confirmed by one of the viewers of the channel that there were actually rumors out there being kicked around, serious rumors being kicked around that Black Widow would be delayed. And well, really, what happened was I heard it's funny because Jeremy Conrad from MCU Cosmic actually just ran the same story. I believe it was yesterday on his website. Talking about Black Widow possibly being delayed and why we haven't heard anything about it. And it was just here over the weekend I actually had somebody I know that had reached out to me and told me like, hey, there are rumors, and it was exactly the same thing that Jeremy Conrad had said. There was rumors being kicked around that Black Widow would be getting delayed, but they aren't trying to rush and jump the gun on delaying it. They wanted to wait and see and feel out how Mulan was going to perform, and then Mulan ends up getting canceled. So really, there kind of goes their plans for that when it comes to something like that. So as we can see now, there's still time. There's still time for Black Widow to potentially come out there and be, maybe Black Widow could be that first blockbuster coming out of just everything with what's going on right now with the current situation. Black Widow could be that first one to get people back into theaters. It could. It could. But it was told to me just here earlier in the weekend, before coming out of the weekend, that Black Widow was rumored to be seriously being kicked around and rumored to be delayed until August. When in August is exactly unsure, but at the time it was pretty much just a rumor, and really even right now it is still speculatory. But obviously, it's funny. I should have made a video sooner. As soon as I found out about this, and I was thinking about it, and I just didn't because I don't know. I guess just because I'm slacking, right? Maybe just because I'm slacking, but that was something that I had heard over the weekend that it was going to be delayed until August. That was what they were looking at was delaying it until August. So let's think about it. We got May, June, July, August, like delaying it like 3 months, and that's a lot. And now yesterday we had a good friend of the show here, Fanjecture. Adam from Fanjecture was on the show yesterday, and we were talking about the logistics, because yesterday on the Den of Nerds live, Josh was talking about them possibly doing some of these things on streaming and stuff like that, and we can see that basically in the course of 24 hours, Universal has decided to go ahead and release these films, some of their films, on streaming for people to rent there. Now, logistically, this, I don't know, I would think it's somewhat not impossible, but kind of a nightmare, but something that's completely plausible, even for people to get done from the comfort of their own homes while they are working. But the thing is like this whole thing about it being like them Universal doing these things, that's okay for these types of movies, okay? Like for one of the ones that we see they're getting ready to do it for are movies that are already released anyway, like The Invisible Man. That's already out. That one's, at this point, that movie has probably made a pretty good rake of cash that it's going to within its first few weeks. So, I mean, it continuously raking in dough at this point Probably not going to happen. For this movie, this might actually be the perfect model for it to make even more money while it is on during its theatrical run. Though I don't think those numbers go to box office numbers, those rental numbers. But still, this is a way that this movie is going to potentially make a lot more money right now. And that's the other thing, where like even yesterday we were talking about, and even Josh of the Dead and Nerds was talking about, and I was just saying that he was one of the people that I was talking about. There's a lot of people talking about this, so it's not just him, it's not just me, it's just there's a whole lot of us talking about this right now. But one of my things is like for a movie like Black Widow, I think it's a mistake for them to do that unless they do it like a pay-per-view type of thing where you're paying like $50 to $100 to do a streaming event of it. and maybe you have it for X amount of time, because Black Widow is one of those movies that's going to put a lot of asses in seats. Now, is this going to be one of those? Is Black Widow going to be one of those movies that breaks $1 billion? I doubt it. I seriously doubt it. But the potential is there that it could. If not, it could come really close. Cause is it going to make Ant-Man numbers? I mean, because even Ant-Man, I think those finished in the. Not quite, not near $1 billion, but close enough. I think in the 700 million category, somewhere right there. I could be wrong, but they actually grossed a good amount of money, and I think Black Widow has the potential to do that as well. And I actually, honestly, I do believe it has the potential to break $1 billion. Is it going to, blow away records? No. Is it going to do better than Captain Marvel did? I wish it would. I seriously do. Even without having even seen the movie. I wish it did. If you feel differently and think I'm wrong, let me know down in the comments below. But the thing is I suggested that, like a pay-per-view thing, because they're missing, like a movie like Black Widow is going to miss out on a lot of money by doing the streaming thing, 20 even if it's $20 or whatever per stream for 48 hours, 24 hours, whatever. That's a lot. And believe me when I say I would probably rent it just as many as I would buy movie tickets to go see it. Me personally, I would like as many kids as I have. I've got like the 5 of us that I would take. Those 5 tickets, I would probably rent it that many times. Well, I could sit here and watch it from the comfort of my home anyway. But the thing is at the theater, a movie like Black Widow is going to get me to buy at least 8 tickets. That's 5 to take my whole family at least once, and me to go see it myself at least 2, maybe 3 more times. And then plus any friends that I go with on any of those times. So it's a lot of money. Now the thing is like for a movie, like a lot of the Universal movies that aren't like these ones that are going to be like these big blockbusters, it makes sense. You think they're going to do that for Fast and Furious? And I don't think Universal owns Fast and Furious. I'm not sure who owns Fast and Furious, but you know what I'm saying? That's the thing. You think they're going to do that for Fast and Furious? No, because they know they can put a lot more asses in seats and squeeze a lot more money out of us than they're going to by doing that on demand. So I think for some movies it is a very viable option. Like I think we were even talking yesterday with Adam from Fanjecture. We were talking about the movie Trolls World Tour. Yes, that movie will probably do better with an on-demand type of thing like that. Possibly, than doing the theater route. Now the only thing is does that with the success of a movie like Trolls World Tour or Invisible Man. Now see the thing is Invisible Man has already had a few weeks at the theater, so like I said, as far as like the biggest amount of money it was going to make, it's already made that money. This movie really only benefits from what they're doing, from what they plan to do, but. Like some of these others, they potentially lose money. But like the thing is I don't think it's something where we could look at. Is this a business model that could replace theatrical releases and hurt theaters even more than what they're already struggling before all of this has even happened anyway? And I say struggling in in a sense that we all know that like Disney takes a good chunk of a lot of that money, the blockbusters, They do. There's other places that put out blockbusters as well. But and Universal's definitely one of those contenders. But the thing is The easy answer here is it's already a proven business model that you can do good on demand release like that anyway. Plenty of places already put their plenty of studios already put movies direct to streaming anyway, right? They already know it's something that they can do and make money anyway. But the thing is, like, for a movie like Trolls World Tour, it's probably going to do pretty good. For a movie like An Invisible Man, like I said, it's already had its theatrical run for the most part, a good chunk of its run. It's going to do okay. But for a movie like Black Widow, it's just like I just don't see it being a viable model to make money for that film. For that film. There are plenty of other films, like I said, that it would do good for. For Mulan, you know, some of the things we heard, some of the reviews and stuff that were coming out leading up to Mulan that was supposed to be releasing. That a movie right there that they might think like, ooh, maybe they might have more potential with that movie on a streaming, you know, releasing it for digital, you know, rental through streaming. I don't know. I still think Mulan's one of those ones that it might still do better at the movie theater. Now, one thing that you got to take into consideration, while most of us would probably still stream this from our home and pay the money to stream it from our home and enjoy it, I can guarantee you one thing is the second everything goes back to normal at the theaters and everything, I will still pay money to go see Black Widow at the movie theater on the big screen in IMAX or whatnot, you know, just like the biggest, best one that I can see it on. Probably, I'm sure they probably got it in IMAX. Maybe not IMAX 3D. They probably got it in IMAX though. Maybe not. I don't know. You think? Either way, I would still go to pay to see it at the theater because see it on the big screen and all that, the experience. I would still do that even after I've watched it at home streaming. I myself would, but I can guarantee you there is a large portion of the average viewer, the average audience out there who will not. They'll have watched it on streaming and be like, okay, cool. I watched it 2 times for what I would have paid for 2 movie theater tickets, and I've already seen it twice. And now I can wait till it's available where I can buy it on digital or own the physical copy. So for some movies, I think that this could be a good thing, and for some movies, I think it's not very viable. Now, as far as everything else, we got to take a look at the ripple, the everything else going on around this. We see that everything's going to be affected by this. Like Hollywood in general is going to be affected by this. They are. They already are. If you think about it, they've already delayed productions on everything. I mean, they pretty much everything has stopped production. Pretty much everything has stopped production. And, you know, hey, that's cool. Take precautionary measures. A lot of this stuff is, you know, I'm not one of those people that's saying that this is all blown up. I do think it's blown up. It's blown out of proportion. Is it something serious? Yeah, it's all serious. But the effects that it's going to have on Hollywood and the theaters and the movie industry in general, I think everybody's been talking about this as well. It's going to have a pretty big impact. Theaters, I mean, there's going to be some theaters that close. You know, and I've heard a lot of people talk about small independent theaters. And while this may be true, it really kind of depends on if they're in an area where they absolutely cannot run business. Because I think there's a lot of smaller theaters out there that can still possibly run older films in their theaters that they probably still have copies of to run in their theaters and still get people in, as long as they can get people in to make money. Because there's people out there that will still brave it. Hell, I'll go brave it. I'm all good, you know. I'm not that worried about it. I mean, but that's me. I mean, but I am cautious still. You know what I mean? But that's, you know. Again, this comes down to the lifestyle that you lead anyway, more than anything. But anyway, like as far as like that anyway, the scare stuff. You know, so I mean, it's obviously everybody's taking precautions, and that's a good thing. But I just think this whole thing, like with the digital releases and stuff like that, I don't see it as a viable option for a movie like Black Widow. Like I said, for these other movies that they're doing it with, sure. What was that one? The Anna one something whatever? Yeah, sure. It might do better that way. You know, Trolls World Tour might do better that way. whatever other examples there are. I mean, they will do just fine. Is Wonder Woman 1984? You think that's going to do better on a digital release than a theatrical release? Come on, man. It's just not true. I just don't see that as true, as a viable option for them to make more money. That's the thing. Because that's what they want to do with movies like that. With a movie like a Wonder Woman, with a movie like a Black Widow, you want to make that theater money. You need that box office money. They want to do that. With a movie like some of these smaller movies, they don't need that as much. They want it and they do need it still. Don't get me wrong. But can movies like that still do better with this streaming option? And then the thing is afterward, is this going to be something that a lot of studios do? Like I said, a lot of studios already do this. Have movies that they don't do theatrical releases on, that they just put direct to DVD, direct to streaming, and things like that already. So, if anything, it might make some of these movie companies think about their budgets, which they should have been doing already. Think about the budgets they're putting into the movies, but also thinking about the distribution that they want to use for certain films. Like, really seriously thinking about if, like, say, Trolls World Tour does good. It's a sequel, obviously, to the first one. The first one, obviously, was a good thing to release at the theater, but after that, it's like, this might have been better for us to do on digital anyway. You know what I mean? It'll make them maybe rethink the movies that they actually want to put to digital for streaming, stuff like that. And hell, it might prove to be a model for them that, like, instead of doing a theatrical run, what they'll do is they'll do a digital rental run. Almost like they do now, where, it's like available right now, but then you can't actually own it on digital or physical copy for another, 6 months, 3 months, or whatever from that initial run. For some of these types of films. So I think the impacts of all this stuff going on, it's going to be pretty huge. But guys, I'm sorry I've kind of ignored you all in the chats for long enough. Let's get in here and see how everybody is doing today. Okay, let's see. Fanjexture is here, says, what a day. Thank you for being here. Captain Pennsylvania, good morning. Josh Mason says, if nothing else, we are definitely in the midst of an ever evolving world. Absolutely. Whiskey, Stills, and Tumbleweeds, thank you for being here. Captain Pennsylvania says, my Monday and week so far is excellent. Me as well. I got to go out and get some work, get a little bit of work done today. We'll see how all that goes. Man, I'm having my morning coffee here, and have you guys ever had pour over coffee? Like, not out of a coffee maker, not out of one of those Keurigs, like pour over. Like, you actually boil the water and you pour it over the grounds. You got to do a little bit at a time. You don't want to drown your grounds, so you do just a little bit at a time. It takes a little bit of time to brew, but damn, if the flavor isn't that much better. I'm telling you, the flavor of this is so much better with a pour over than doing like that coffee maker stuff. Oh man, the flavor. It's funny because the coffee I drink with the pour over, it almost reminds me and tastes like, because I make mine with, I do the bulletproof coffee, but it almost reminds me, but that bite and that flavor that it has, it almost reminds me of the beer that I drink from the local brewery. It's called Old Rat. It's got this really dark taste, just like, man, it's good. Anyway. You should check them out. Bravery Brewing in Lancaster, California. You can check them out on, I think they got a Twitter as well. Check them out on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, Bravery Brewing. It's co-owned by Arlie Ermy. He was one of the co-owners of it. His family, I would guess now, co-owns part of it. Yeah. Great place, though. Great place. Brian the Observer is here, says, no one should be celebrating delay of production of any kind. Many of the audio, lighting, video, and stage heads are out of work. Thanks, China. Right? Definitely, yeah. And yeah, nobody should be, I mean, none of this is any good. We can see there's people out there that are. I mean, maybe not celebrating, but they're just being their usual asshole selves. Whiskey Stills and Tumbleweeds is chilling. I heard Batman is also delayed. Yes, I heard Batman delayed as well. Pretty much everything has come to a screeching halt at this point. Tacoma Comics, thank you for being here. Says, Brian, please don't be racist in the chat. I assume you just made a bad joke. Oh. No, well, that's actually not that's not a racist joke. He's just saying, that's like a country. I mean, that wasn't really racism, but I understand what you're saying there, Tacoma Comics. Yeah, I think that's while he's being serious, I believe he is being a little facetious at the same time. But hello, I'm here, says Rose Sachs. Tacoma Comics says I pay premium on top of my Disney Plus to see it, an extra $10 or so. Well, the thing is I mean, they would probably make it available through Disney Plus, but the thing is they would make it a streaming rental price. Like you'd be paying for your Disney Plus, they would make you pay probably still like $20 to rent it because you could go stream it probably through any of the services, through Apple, through Amazon, through any of those if they were to do that. I mean, I don't think they care that you're paying for Disney Plus already. Like, well, you're already paying for that. Like, it's like they're not going to give you a discount for that because in the end they still want to make their money. But I just don't see them doing it. I don't think it's a viable solution for Black Widow. Fenrir Fire, thank you for being here. Josh Mason says, I'd rent Black Widow for $100. I take all my nieces and nephews to the movies and spend that and more. I'd had them all over and pay $100, no doubt. Yeah, and I hear you there. Now, the thing is, for me, Josh Mason, is I mean, I don't know that I would pay $100. I would pay $50 for sure. For sure. And the thing is I'd probably do it a couple of times. I'd be willing to pay it a couple of times to add up to $100. But I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying. I would too. I just don't know that either way. I don't think that's a viable solution or a viable way for them to make money. Brian the Observer says, I'm not racist. The Chinese government didn't do enough to contain it in the early stages because of fear of embarrassment. I'm out of work thanks to the CCP and the media. Right. Yeah, exactly. And believe me, Brian, I didn't take what you said as being a racist thing. I mean, like I said, I took it as being serious and facetious at the same time because it is serious, but at the same time, it's not necessarily just them neither. It's not nearly just their fault. I'm saying just. Because believe me, there's probably plenty of blame to go around. Captain Pennsylvania says, I thought Black Widow was going to shock the world and do over $1 billion. Well, we won't know now. I think it was going to. I think if not, and I'm not saying it was going to blow it away, but I think it could have came right up to it and maybe touched it. Maybe went just a little bit over. Just a little bit over. Rose Sachs, Brian, I didn't think your comment was racist. No, yeah, I didn't think it was neither. Yeah, I don't think racist. No. I'm True Skills. Thank you for being here. Whiskey Steals and Tumbleweed says Chinese isn't a race; it's a nationality. It would be like calling Canadians a race, right? Absolutely. Fenrir Fire says, hey, Captain Pennsylvania. Bloodshot tanked due to the pandemic as well. Honestly, it's not doing well. It would probably done a little bit better, but I don't think that's just due to the pandemic. I think that's just due to the movie, to the property and everything. And it's like, I haven't even been out to see it as well, and I'm not worried about what's going on. I just haven't been to see it. Brian the Observer says, Universal didn't learn their lesson with the interview. People are going to pirate these films. $20? No thanks. Yeah, people would, yeah. Yeah, and as I was saying, that's the thing is, there's all kinds of ways that you could take if you got a rental and be able to have yourself a copy or whatnot to watch again over and over. And would people pirate it? Yeah, sure. But again, here's the thing, though, Brian, is these movies, they're not blockbuster movies anyway. You know what I mean? Like Trolls World Tour. It's not gonna. I guarantee you that movie, no matter what, wasn't gonna break box office records. It wasn't gonna set any kind of records for this kind of movie in the first place. Anyway, even for this type of movie, it wasn't gonna do super great for it. Yeah. Let's see. Good morning, Maverick Pilgrim. Fenrir Fry says, Nintendo eShop's down. Huh, interesting. I'm True Skill says, I think the coronavirus will mess up the Marvel films. I don't think so. In what way? In what way, though, do you think, though? I don't know. What's up, Catherine? Tacoma Comics says, thanks for the history lesson, Whiskey. It's racist rhetoric, you know it. Brian knows it, and your speed to defend it is very telling. Yeah, like I said, I didn't take what he said as racist, but teach their own, teach their own. I think a lot of people. That's the bad thing with social media and typed text is that everybody kind of like looks a little too much into it because you can't dictate tone. You can't see anything. Like, when you see somebody's face, all those little micro expressions they're making, the look on their face, the tone in their voice, any of those kinds of things. You know what I mean? So, yeah, I don't, but yeah, certainly, I mean, typed text is certainly the worst way uh, to communicate for real. Maverick Pilgrim says, everybody, just read books till summer and deal with it. Yes. Comic books, that is. Hector Figueroa says, morning, kiddos. I made it in. Just heard Florida, all clubs and bars are closed for 30 days. Doesn't affect me as I'm straight edge, but my friends are angry. Oh, yeah, I bet so. I bet so. I bet they are, Hector. And I'm not straight edge, but I don't go out clubbing or anything like that anyway. So, yeah, I'm good. I mean, I mostly stay at home anyway. When I'm not working, I'm at home with my kids and we're hanging out. And, I go out riding my bike and, I sit here and talk to you guys. You know what I mean? Like, I'm already there. What everybody else is doing now, we're already there. And that's what I was gonna say. You know what I mean? Right now, all the world, you know what? Married people everywhere are right now wishing that they lived the life of a lonely man. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, you should go check out my good friend LB over at The Lonely Banter. He's a lonely man. And you know what? Everybody else is trying to appropriate his lifestyle now. And I'm sure he's not happy about it. But he's probably sitting there trying to tell you, I told you people. I told you people. You should have listened to a lonely man. Should have listened to a lonely man and stayed at home, people. We wouldn't have this coronavirus. Might not even have that wife or them kids. Sit there and be all up in your ear when you're trying to be at home and just have a little bit of peace and quiet. A lonely man said so. I don't know. Maybe he's saying something like that. I don't know. How was that? How did I do? Did I do a good LB? Did I do it was that a good LB impression? I don't know. Let me know down in the comments below. You're right. Whiskey, Han, Manchu, Haka, and Canton are the races. Hector, Atlanta is shut down yet. I'm going to work, right? Hector says, I'm at work too. Thank good for these streams to get me through the day. I know, you know what? And that's the thing is like for content creators, this is like the perfect time because you should be live streaming. Like, the past couple days, and I'm serious. I think I mentioned it yesterday during the stream. Like, guys, now, like, I mean, if you have a job and you're able to work from home, if you're not working or whatever, like I wish I could do more, but I'm still working and, I go out and see people and stuff. But like content, guys, do some live streams, bro. It's all good. Do some live streams. We all need stuff to listen to, you know what I mean? And maybe I'll do a live stream tonight. And we'll talk about some stuff. Maybe we'll talk about some stuff, all right? Believe me, I've got some stuff to talk about. And you know why? And just because I don't care doesn't mean I don't understand. Let's see. I hear you. It'll be a slow day. I'm bringing Conan comics to work. Hell yeah. Let's see. Dang it! It just skipped on me. We don't get the government relief. There's no gigs. There's no money. Right. Absolutely. What is it you do, Brian? I'm guessing you work. I mean, do you work on set on film productions? I'm guessing that's what you do. If that's what you're talking about. Rose Sack says this jump to call things racist upsets me. Maybe this chat isn't for me. I'm out of here. Yeah. I mean, hey, all good, Rose Sacks. That's, as I say, it's usually not the case. I'm not really sure what's going on around here. I do know that this coronavirus has brought out the sensitivity in a lot of people lately. The other day I made a meme. I made a meme on my Facebook and I put it on my Facebook. I memed one of my friends and like he got all upset and pissy about it. I'm like, bruh, like Are you all good, bro? Like, it was a joke, bro. Like, it was a meme. It's all good. Show me on this doll. Will Gentry says, it's okay, you can stop panicking now. I have arrived. Well, thank you for being here, Will. Brian the Observer says, I've lost thousands in contracts. I have no work for the foreseeable future. And that's just like my good friend Rob Wurst was talking about the other day, on Friday as well, you know, because he's a court reporter. He said, without courts being open, I have no job. He's a 1099 employee, so yeah, or not even employee, he's a 1099 worker, so yeah. I'm about to finally start the new Thor comics, says Hector. Hector, they're good. You'll enjoy it. It's great. Read it last week. Got the review. Got the review from here. And I Am True Skills. They said it was good. It didn't disappoint. Absolutely not. I just ordered them all, says Maverick. Yeah, they're great. Thor is awesome. Pretty sure my comic shop is still open. Yeah, I was gonna say I know mine is. Hi, are you reading Touching Evil Run? Your reviews on it? Android Topic. I'm not. I'm not reading Touching Evil. That's on Source Point Press. Is it not? I haven't read it. It looks interesting. My shop don't get in a whole lot of Source Point Press. They would if I asked for it, but I think that one I went to get in on until like it was like issue 2 or something already, and it was like I might as well wait for a trade at that point. I haven't read a Thor in 15 years, so it was a good change. Oh, absolutely, Cap. My LCS is open, but they say business is slow. My LCS is open, and I think generally for most of them, business is slow except for on Fridays. I know mine for sure, in particular, like Wednesdays is good for them, and definitely Fridays and through the weekend because they also host tournaments like card tournaments and stuff. So, well, it's interesting to see how that'll turn out. I'm just upset the gym is shut down. The gym was my therapy. I Am True Skills. I totally understand what you're saying, but I don't work out at a gym. I have all my workout equipment here that I use. Do I wish that I had bigger dumbbells? My dumbbells only go up to 35s. Do I wish I had bigger? Absolutely. But, you know, I make do with what I've got. But also I'm not trying to get all super big and pumped and look like, you know, Arnold or something either. Well, especially not Arnold nowadays, right? But yeah, do what you can, man. You can still work out at home. You can still find things to work out at home and do at home. Heck, and you know what? You'd be surprised. One thing that when I was building my collection of free weights when I was a teenager, I think the first weights that I bought were 25s, 25-pound dumbbells. You can do just about anything with a pair of 25-pound dumbbells and get a good workout and get a decent workout. Now, are you going to get big and buff of it? Absolutely not. But 25s are a good point, a good thing. You can do just about anything with them. Hector says, I'm stoked. There's one comic shop here that's open until tomorrow, so I'm gonna grab what else I can grab. Absolutely. Small comic show scheduled for April here in Calgary, postponed. Oh yeah, I bet. Yeah. Captain Pennsylvania says, I've been ordering comics online. My shop been down 2 days. Dang. Yeah, that sucks. Stop it, you weirdo. You're acting orgasmic over a cup of damn coffee. This is disturbing to watch. Oh, yeah, no, but seriously, if you've ever had pour over coffee instead of like that shit out of a coffee maker, I'm telling you, it's great. I am hockey season is canceled. That's surprising that hockey season is canceled because fucking hockey players, bro, they're tough. You don't ever see, you know what? All that bullshit that you see in the NFL, like, oh, they bullied me in the locker room. They was being racists and stuff. You don't see that shit in hockey. No. If you see hockey players ever crying about bullying or any of that bullshit that you see in any of these other fucking sports, the world's gonna come to an end, okay? You can guarantee you that if you see hockey players bitching about something, whining about something, I can guarantee you that hell has frozen over and the world is getting ready to end. Just saying. So, yeah. I'm kind of surprised they did that. Obviously, that was the higher ups. It wasn't the hockey players themselves. they're probably like, fuck it, we'll go play together anyway, shit. They're like, let's just go rent a bus. Let's just go rent a bus and we'll haul all our shit and we'll still go play. I hear you, man. I can't work out. All gyms are shut down. I don't know what I'm going to do. Yeah, like I said, I've got all my stuff here at home. I got my bicycle. I got my free weights. I'm good to go, man. I guess I've been ready for the fallout, except for food. Whiskey, I know, man. I'm a Pens fan. I'm in the South, so I can't even ice skate here. I need some hockey, right? Same here. All gyms are shut down until April 1st or longer. I have strength bands, some dumbbells at the house. That'll have to do. Yeah. Okay, yeah. Sorry, bro, but the good thing about us being nerds is we all have a million other options to keep us busy. Absolutely. I'm a Montreal Canadiens fan, but they weren't doing well again this season, so maybe a blessing in disguise. Ooh, you know what? That makes me want to go put on my Montreal jersey for you. Um, Whiskey. That makes me want to go put on my Montreal jersey for you. If the Marauders can pirate, so can I, right? Um, let's see. Tacoma, chill, dude. Yeah, everything's all good here, man. Nobody's. I haven't been to a club in 11 years. Might be getting up there in age. My hip hurts. No, man, you did a horrible LB. Oh, was it that bad? Dang, was it that bad? Like, did I get any thumbs down? And guys, by the way, if you are here watching, please make sure you thumbs up the video. Look, there's 14 viewers here, 5 likes. Thumbs up the video or I'm putting an ad in. Putting an ad in. Okay, you got 2 minutes. Okay, 2 minutes or I'm putting an ad in if you don't thumbs up the video. 2 minutes. Ludicrous speed. Go! That was a horrible LB. Yeah, I know. It wasn't that good. I should have put a little more thought into it. It's only because I was like I was shooting from the hip here. Okay, and I haven't really ever tried to impersonate LB before, so I'll see how much better I can do next time, people. Was that a little? I don't know. It's been that's one of the things when I was a kid growing up. I liked impersonating people. Like a lot of people think that when you impersonate somebody, you're making fun of them or that you're mocking them. Now, I could say, I mean, if you look at it, truly you are mocking them. Sure, yeah, truly you are. But like me, I used to like to do it not just to make a not to make a mockery of people, but I used to like to do it because I wanted to be an impersonator. I like impersonating people. Like for me, the longest time, I always thought that Dana Carvey is one of the best impersonators that we have out there. It really is. Like Frank Caliendo, he's all good, but Dana Carvey, man, he was so great. Anyway, horrible LB. Okay. I don't know if you've seen them online, but that Special Forces have a lot of great workout routines for unlimited areas and equipment. Okay. Special Forces. Okay, nice. Here's the thing, boys and girls. Home screenings would make more than the cinema ever could if it wasn't just for one thing. Pirating. I don't know. They could make a lot of money, but I don't know. I'm not sure how I feel about that. Brian the Observer says live events. Josh Mason says, yeah, my coronavirus Lyme disease joke didn't go over well either. And it's funny because I started off at the beginning of this year. One of my things was like, and I was kidding and I'm joking, completely kidding when I say it, but this is 2020. There is no joking. There's no time for jokes. We don't have time for it. So stop it. No time for joking in 2020. Serious business, folks. Serious business. If you can't laugh, you can't live. Yes, that sounds like a song. People are getting ridiculous nowadays. There's so much panic and a huge loss of sense of humor about it. I saw a girl I know think the boomer remover hashtag was actual ageism. Yeah. Funny quote I heard somewhere. The left can't meme. I don't care about politics, but thought that was pretty funny. Yeah. And that's actually true though. That's actually true. I think we all know that one to be true though. The left can't meme. They can't. They try though. Like you can even hand them stuff. And they can't do it. You know what I mean? Good friend of the channel here, Young Ripper 59. Man, he's done that stuff, dude. Like he literally he gave them meme material, and they still can't. Like they take it seriously. And that's the thing too. Like a lot, like I'm not a Donald Trump supporter. I don't, any of that stuff. Like any of that. Like I just don't do the politic thing. But the thing is like, and it was funny because even young Ripper 59 was saying that the other day in one of his live streams. Like, the reason the problem people have with like saying things about the problem with like people have like when they go on their assaults on Trump is like he's not untouchable, but it's like he's always trolling so much and fucking with people anyway. You know what I mean? So he's kind of like a bad candidate to go after for that kind of stuff because like you realize he's doing it on purpose, right? You realize he's doing most of the shit he does to be a fucking troll. So it's hard for them to do that. You know what I mean? Because they take it seriously. They take his trolling seriously. But that's what a lot of people that's what they do is like people take the trolling serious and it's like, oh man, like you just don't get it. You just don't get it. Yeah, memes can be funny, man. Memes can be funny. Tell me about it, Cap. It was ridiculous. I thought she was blessed. I thought she was based too. It's a shame, really, because she's hot AF. Who? Oh, your friend. How many black men do you see in ice hockey though? Ice hockey players are all white. It's the last all white sport. All white sport. Yeah, for the most part, yeah. Hot girls are now out after Corona. Ugly girls stock going up. There are a lot of black hockey players, also Native, Indian, Filipino, and Hispanics. Yeah. Not many, but I love it. I was the only black guy in high school playing. Oh, okay, nice. Oh, I see more than I knew. Did we just get a Spaceballs line? Never. Not here. Not on this channel. You played ice hockey as a black man? Good lord, you're a race traitor. Rosetta Allen, thank you so much for being here. I hope you're having a good day. And you know what? I'm still sad you didn't come see me when you were here in the Los Angeles area. But it's probably my fault. I should have noticed sooner and been like, hey. Anyway, it's all good. Because what's funny is you may have drove right by me. Literally, because we're right off one of the main freeways that people go when they're going through places like this. To impersonate LB, all you have to do is say, bruh. Bruh. I can't do it as good as he does, though. Bruh. He's the only person I know who says bruh. 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 Oh, yeah. Bruh. Instead of bruh. Yeah. Bruh. 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 I did, bro. I love that shit. If you create a sport tonight, I'll play it tomorrow. Nice. The real question is, how many babies will be born 9 months from now? Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah, while there's nothing else to do, people be getting it on. Played tennis too. I believe studios would make a lot more money off homes. Oh, dang it. Was I'm not that far behind. Okay. I believe the studios would make a lot more money off home screenings, but the difference in overall money would be the concessions. I think that would be the theaters. I don't think the studios would. I don't think they would because, like I said, when I go to a movie theater, I'm buying 5 tickets minimum because it's typically me and the rest of my family. That's 5 tickets. If they do a home screening, I'm for most movies, I'm gonna buy it and watch it once, and that's $20, and that's all they're getting. When they could have got over $100 plus concessions. It's the theater losing out on the concessions, and the studio losing out on my money. So they both lose in that case. That's why I don't think it's for a lot of movies it wouldn't be a viable option. Rosetta says the panic is insane. People are going to end up killing each other more than the disease if this continues. Oh yeah, it's because people are ridiculous. Yeah, I only ever went ice skating once in my life. It's just not a popular pastime here in Britain. Yeah, probably not. Tennis isn't as easy as it looks. No, it's not. Yeah, sucks at memeing. Both sides are jerks, but one side is better at mocking the other. Oh yeah, absolutely, Rosetta. One side is definitely better at mocking the other. Yeah, I know you guys' national team barely exists. My cousin was in the top 10 for under 11s here in the UK when he was a kid, but he didn't stick with it. Oh, nice. Just saw some guy in Kentucky is refusing to self-isolate after getting infected. Now the police are wasting time keeping a watch on him. Please don't be this guy. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Man, I can't say it. I can't say it because we're on YouTube. But what would you do to a zombie? Just do that to that guy. Yeah, just do that to that guy. Kobe, for the love of movie, says, I feel for everyone who's losing their jobs due to the coronavirus. My job is in jeopardy at the cinema. Absolutely it is, Kobe. Absolutely it is. But hopefully it goes. Yeah, he says, things are crazy over there in the UK. By Friday, I want to be able to wipe my arse. Yeah, absolutely. And it's getting crazy out there, man. And the thing is, like, who's really benefiting from this? You know what I mean? Like, and I'm not going to go out there and be a conspiracy theorist and say this is all manufactured, but there are people that are benefiting from the scare going on right now. There are people benefiting from the scare going on right now. And maybe not because they wanted to, but they are. Whiskey, no, it isn't, man. I thought it was going to be easy. I must have missed something there. Whiskey Stills and Tumbleweed says, the thing to remember is that we have more in common than not. Comics, movies, books, games, etc. Absolutely. And that's the thing. I think a lot of people forget that a lot of times. Whiskey is that all of us have more in common than we don't have in common. Yeah. I mean, and and I've talked a lot about that here on this channel too. Yeah, I mean, we do have more in common than we don't have in common. All of us have more in common than we don't have in common. Guaranteed. Mike W. Rogers, thank you for being here. I'd be surprised if we had even one. I've certainly never heard of it if we have, says Will Gentry. Oh, for the sport, yeah. Brian the Observer says, I thought politics was an all-white sport. For the most part. Yes. It's the old white men's sport. I'll be getting on your level of your under 10s team. Captain Pennsylvania says, Kobe, sorry, bro. We'll make it through this, man. Yeah, hopefully, man. And that sucks too, because he just got that job not too long ago, maybe a month ago. Rosetta says, but home screenings would get a lot more people like me who hates going to theaters. Absolutely. Absolutely. Like, for some, they will get some people's money, but for some people, like, I think they're losing more. They're making money from you in this instance, but they're making way less money from me. And I think that since I'm the general theater goer, I'm the avid theater goer. I'm the one that would be benefiting to them more on the front end, and that's where they want the money. So that's where I think like movies like like Black Widow, like a more blockbuster type film, are going to be hurt. They would make way less money through the home screening as they would the theatrical release. Although, like I said, I would still rent it multiple times until I could see it in the theater. And the thing is like I said, once it comes out of the theater, you can bet your ass I'm gonna go see it at the theater. I would still, but you wouldn't. See, so I mean, and that's the thing that they've got to look at when weighing those kinds of decisions. And I think that's why we haven't really heard anything yet. Okay, I'll put it this way. I think more people would pay to see it, but overall studios would make less because of families paying once, just like you said. Yeah, exactly. And like I said, I would still pay to see it multiple times here at the house. And I would still pay to go see it at the theater because I still want to see it on the big screen. But I still think most people would not. And I think most people, like I normally go with a group of friends also, would do that thing as well. They'd be like, oh, hey, dude, we're going to rent it on this day, man. Come over on Saturday night, bro. We're going to have like fucking 30 of us over here at the house. We're just going to sit here and we're going to watch Black Widow. And you get the ticket only once, that $20 from 20, 30 people, as opposed to getting those 20, 30 people at the theater. So, like I said, there's good and there's bad, and that's why I say for a movie like some of these movies, it's definitely beneficial. For a movie like a Black Widow, I think it's a huge mistake. Even just doing a 24-hour, 48-hour rental at $20 a pop, I still think that's a huge mistake. Toilet paper companies are benefiting. Oh yeah, absolutely. And I don't even think it was their plan to. But we could easily go into conspiracy theories. Like, is this maybe something that like a consumerism push to get people out there buying things that they wouldn't normally buy to like Y2K all over again? Like, yeah. Rosetta says, I see a fair point there. I think it would be a wash overall. Yeah. And it could be a wash. It could be a wash overall altogether, no matter what they do. I mean, either way, because we're in uncharted territory, it could be a bad decision either way. If they decide to just hold off on theatrical release, that could be the bigger mistake than doing the at home rental. It's hard to say, only because we're in uncharted territory. But I think a movie like Black Widow is best to hold off. Some of these other movies that are doing it, it's best to go ahead and get all the money you can from them by doing what they're going to do. TP hoarding is bizarre, yeah. Josh Mason says, exactly, we have tons of similarities and people get caught up. Absolutely. Absolutely. Will Gentry says, oh man, yeah, it'd get more people paying to see it in that sense, but probably less overall because of what Trent said. The number of people in your position is outweighed by multiple ticket buyers. Right, right. Rob Boswell, thank you so much for being here. Josh Mason says, on our few differences. Right, right. Kobe says, today I've been off school, had a quick trip into town, and bought over 10 films for the isolation. Absolutely nice, dude, nice. Can't wait to see some reviews, dude. Rosetta says, like I said, I think it would be hard to theorize. A trial one would give us some numbers to see. Yeah, absolutely. And like I said, Rosetta, I think it's just hard because like most of the movies like that Universal is talking about releasing, these movies are no competition for Black Widow. They're just not. They're not going to make that. I think these films were never going to make the kind of money that Black Widow will make. And I think that's going to be one of the bigger factors that Disney is going to have to take into consideration when thinking about this. Chris from Chaos and Comics, message retracted. If my family focused on the differences, I wouldn't have a family. We are French, English, Canadian, Greek, Filipino, Italian, Scottish, Colombian. Oh yeah, absolutely. Oh, my family too, man. 6 weeks of no new films. Everything closing. No one is coming out. Hopefully cinemas are open in 2 months. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, absolutely. And there will be some that will shut down more than likely. See, I won't rent for $10, but I won't pay for theaters either. I'm a cheapskate, and there are more people who hate theaters now than people think. It would be an interesting experiment. Yeah, yeah. And like I said, some movies will do good, some movies won't. Like, some movies will benefit from it, some won't. Josh Mason says, I'd rent it, then go see it in the theaters, and then buy the Blu-ray. But that's me. Yeah, absolutely. I'm there with you, Josh Mason, because, I mean, obviously we're some of the people who are invested in this thing. Where some people aren't, And I think there's a lot of average moviegoers that aren't heavily invested in it that actually still go and see these movies at the theaters just as much as I do, without being as invested in it. I'll pay someone else's kid. I'll pay someone else's kidneys to see Black Widow. Chris says, I have so much to watch and read in backlog. I'm glad there's a new ship pause. Yeah, and the good thing is New Comic Book Day is still going off without a hitch. That's right, folks. That's right. Still going off without a hitch. I called my local comic book shop yesterday, and they said, yeah, man, all is good. Yes. And yeah, believe me, I've got plenty of back reviews I could do anyway. I mean, they could probably shut down for a month. I'd probably have, and man, I shouldn't have said that to jinx it. Let's see. I'd rent it, watch it in IMAX, and buy the Blu-ray as well. Yeah, me too. And again, Josh, Hector, I mean, even Cap, and also when it comes down to this, we are an exception too. We are exceptions to that rule that we'd pay to watch it 3 times here at our house on a rental 48-hour rental thing, and then we would still go to the theater and watch it probably 2 to 3 times, and then wait for it to come out available on digital and Blu-ray, and then still buy it. But we're that exception in that way as well. So yeah. So yeah, at the same time, we're an exception too. I love the Black Widow, but Marvel Studios just lost my interest as of late. Oh yeah, I hear you, Rosetta. I hear you. Rob Boswell says my LC is offering curbside delivery for pull listers. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. You know that they're doing that. You know, I wonder if I should. I wonder if I should, because given my business, what I do, I wonder if I should talk to my LCS and tell them like, hey man, like we'll offer you this as well. Like I could deliver their people's pull list for them, like maybe for free if they buy some snacks or something. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, that's pretty cool though. Curbside delivery for all pull listers. That's awesome, dude. That's awesome. And see, my LCS, they're one of those LCS. They don't do online business. They only do in-store business. They're not. He's like, I'm not trying to make money online. He's like, I'm here for the readers, the people who come into the store. He's like, I know I could. He's like, a lot of these books I have. He's like, I know I could get online and sell them and make money. But he's like, but I don't want to spend the time to do that. I don't want to do that. He's like, I'm here for the readers. You know, that's how my LCS is. Like, I'm here for the readers. Like, I want my books to be here for the readers. I'm not. He's like, if I would. He's like, because I could easily take. You know, he's got in his jewel case. He's like, I got these books right here. I could easily take these books and sell them online for this price. You know, and probably even more than this. But that's not what I want to do. So yeah, yeah. Um, let's say I wouldn't. Chris says I wouldn't pay for it at home 3 times. I would. That's the thing is I would. But the thing is I can guarantee you, if I rented it and it was a 48-hour rental, you can bet your ass I'm sitting on my ass for 48 hours and watching that damn movie straight the whole time through. I'm not even going to sleep. As a matter of fact, I'm going to make my kids sit there. I'm going to have one sitting there massaging one of my feet, my other kid massaging the other foot. I'm going to have my other kid bring in me food, and I'm going to have my wife sitting there yelling at me saying, what the hell are you doing? Oh man. But and that's me, is I would though. But the thing is I would also probably try to find a way to make myself a copy so I don't have to pay for it multiple times. But I'm not against payment because, like I said, you know, the $120 rental for me, that's like only me buying like 2 tickets to take my kids to see it at the theater, where I would have normally paid at least 5 tickets to take me and my whole family. So that's at least 1, 2. That's at least 2.5 rentals. Oh man, I was never gonna see it. I was never go see it at Ton Girl, but I got to admit, I still think like a poor kid. Oh yeah, I hear you. My ELCS is doing deliveries well. Nice. Captain Long Story, too much to say here. Oh, okay. I know the feeling. Work that angle, right? Rosetta says, notice he ain't even trying to make the wife serve him. Yeah, no, man. Like, nah. Not at all. Like, if she does, she does. Like, if she doesn't, she doesn't. I'm not one of those expected kind of people. Like, my wife, like, she makes me salads. She makes my salads, and sometimes, you know, she don't make them. I'm like, hey, make me your salad. She's like, no, make it yourself. I'm like, oh, man. So I end up, you know, maybe just not eating that day or just having steak instead of salad with my steak. But yeah, no, my wife works hard for everything she does, and plus my wife, she works in the aerospace industry, so she makes a lot more money than I do. So hey, you know, she calls the shots for the most part. In that, I mean, I have, you know, my own money, I pay bills and stuff as well. But I'm like, hey man, she spends more hours working. Plus, like, my wife is one of the hardest workers I know. She's one of the toughest women I know. So I'm like, hey, like, you do your thing. Like, I will. Like, at this point, I'm all good. I will serve you and not expect as much out of you. Just as things were before. Like, I used to make more money, and even then, it wasn't like oh, hey, I own you, bitch. It wasn't like that. You know, just like, we're our own people. You know what I mean? We're our own people. Now, the thing is when I was making more money and, you know, and all that kind of stuff, she would have probably tolerated more of my shit. But she certainly wasn't going to just tolerate my shit neither. You know what I mean? You gotta know your limits and your boundaries for sure. But that's married life. Oh man, that's funny. Yeah. I'm not trying to make my wife serve me though. Yeah. Only to a certain extent. I know when to push it and when not to push it for sure. Yeah, he know better. Yeah, yep. Hubby has had people tell him to control your woman. He always replies with, "No, you try." Yeah, and that's the thing is like you don't try to control other people. Like you ask people, they either do or they don't. You know what I mean? And that's the same thing with my wife. And then here's the thing is I don't even like fighting with my wife because me and my wife are the same way. Like we're both um, bullheaded and stubborn. If we get into a fight and it's one of those things like, well, F you, I'm not going to talk to you. Like, we won't talk to each other for 3, 4, 5, a week, 2 weeks, a month. No, I'm just kidding. It's never gone on that bad, but we won't talk to each other. Like, one time when we were still first, like, I wouldn't say we were first dating, but we were like, she left my ass like down in, she left my ass down in the valley. She left my ass and came home like probably like 60 miles, 45, 50, 60 miles away. She left my ass there. She's like, well, fuck you. She took off. Took off, and I'm sitting like, okay, shit. Like, she don't play around. My wife, she don't play around like that. I don't even be playing around. Like, I'm serious. I'm serious. I don't know, man. But y'all don't even know. My wife is cold hearted, man. Like, she don't give a shit. She don't give a shit. You know, like, if y'all were here and seen my video, you know when you see me sitting here talking about some of the stuff that I talk about, talking about some of the stuff like, man, these people are being bitches, man. You know, my wife, she's the same way. I show her shit online. She goes, "What's her problem, man?" Like even she's sitting there saying, "Man, the fuck up." You know, even my wife is saying like, man, these people, like, yeah. I'm telling you, my wife is tough as nails, man. My wife is tough as nails. I love her. Love her. Oh, yeah. Well, Jen, she says, haha, good luck to them. Yeah. Well, yeah. I'll serve each and every person in this chat. Yes. Rosetta says, I'm in my home. I'm in my home. Mom always worked because of dad's disabilities. So used to it. Right. Right. I ain't saying a word. What do you think about Apple buying Disney? Apple buying Disney. Obviously, this is another one of those rumors that started out from one of these analysts, somebody out there looking at things, speculating about stuff. Is it going to happen? No. Could it happen? Yes. Do I think it's going to happen? No. Again, could it happen? Yes. Do I think it could happen? Yes. But I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think it's going to happen. And even if it did, it would be one of those like year-long things or month-long things as well. Like 3, 4, 6 months, 8 months. It would be just as long as that acquisition when Disney bought Fox. It would be that same thing all over again. The government would get involved. They would be looking at all that stuff. It would be that all over again. But what do I think about it? I don't think it's going to happen. Is it possible? Absolutely possible. Absolutely possible. Because even like Josh over on the Den of Nerds was saying on their live channel just today, Apple has they have the money for it. You know what I mean? Disney is not in a position to be buying stuff or to be spending on anything, and what's going on right now is hurting them. They have a lot of money invested. They own a lot of things that could make them a lot of money. But are they in a position where they have a lot of money to throw around to survive what's going on right now? Not as much. Not as much. So, but what do I think about it? It's all speculation. It's all speculation. But all of it possible? All of it's totally possible. Totally possible. Hector Figueroa says, see you guys. Have to finish up some things here at the office. Always a blast chatting with you guys and girls. Thanks for the stream, Trinity. You're very welcome, Hector. Thank you for being here. Take it easy. Will Gentry says it's all about balance. You have to keep things in the best balance that fits your particular relationship. Absolutely, absolutely. My mom once said, once did that to me. Kicked me out of the car and made me walk home. All right, yeah. Rosetta Allen says, my hubby laughs because he's slightly shorter than me and a much lighter build. As a quiet engineer, he knows I serve him because I choose to, not because I have to. Absolutely. Absolutely. And that's the way it should be. That's the way it should be. Got to go to work. All right, take it easy, Cat. Let's see. Apex Comics says, My corona. Okay, I see what you're saying. My corona. You're gonna get me a copyright claim, man. Insane how much money they both have. Yeah. Well, the one of them actually has money. The other one has, really, you could say assets, but at this point they're more like liabilities than assets because they're still paying for them. They're in the debt for them. But Apple certainly has a lot more money to play with here. But I don't think it's going to happen. How much money would they have to pay for it though? If Disney paid $90 billion for Fox, then to buy current Disney with Fox, Marvel, Star Wars, and all, it would cost what, $500 billion, $1 trillion? Yeah, it would be a lot. It'd have to be the largest purchase of its kind. Yeah, insane amounts of money. Absolutely. Yeah, it would be. Yeah, yeah. It would be. It's beyond Oprah rich insane. Yeah, no, and that's why I think it's not going to happen. I mean, like I said, I think it's all possible. I just don't think that it is going to happen. Just because there's just so much at play there. It would take a long time to go through, and yeah, it would be a lot. It'd be a lot, and not to rule it out. Because and also, I'm not a professional here on any of these kinds of things as well. So, is it possible? Sure, I'm sure it's probably possible. Is it going to happen? Probably not. Do I think it'll happen? No. But yeah, I don't know. That's just that. Anyway, guys, here it's been just a little over an hour, so we're going to go ahead and call it a day. Thank you all so much for being here. Like I said, just to recap, kind of got in and talked about the Black Widow movie being delayed till August. You know, this is a rumor that Jeremy Conrad had he put out this story, and I had actually heard a rumor over the weekend that Black Widow was going to be delayed until August. This was going into the weekend when this was being talked about, and coming out of the weekend, we can see that things have even drastically changed even more than what they did going into last weekend. So, I don't know. Honestly, I think a delay for Black Widow would be better for them. For this particular movie, a delay would be better than doing an in-home release. It might be a way for them to recoup some funds right now, but I honestly think Black Widow is one of those movies that is best left for a theatrical release for them to maximize the amount of money that they can make on it. And plus, I mean, I can guarantee you a lot of us are hurting for a new Marvel movie, and as soon as this movie would come out, I can guarantee you a lot of people would be going out to see this movie. Were some of the, and we talked about some of the speculation out there about just weighing Black Widow against some of these other movies being released on home as digital releases to rent. And then we got into some other speculation and things here with everything that's going on right now. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here. I do greatly appreciate you all being here today. If you are here, make sure you give this video a thumbs up. Invite your friends here to come watch the videos. Do all that kind of stuff. Maybe later today we'll be doing a stream later tonight. Maybe it might be one of those ones that I do through my Patreon. It's hard to say. I still haven't done one of those yet. I'm going to. It's just been, you guys know, it's been really hectic right now. It's been a crazy time right now. But anyway, guys, thank you all so much for being here today. If you're not already, please make sure you subscribe. Click the little bell, all of that good stuff. Give this video a thumbs up. Give it a thumbs down if you don't like it. Share with your friends. Tell your uncle. Tell your cousin. Tell your mom. You never know, she might like it here. Anyway, guys, you all have a good day, and we'll see you in the next video. Later.